What's up, Saints and Eights? Thank you for joining me for another episode of the Music and Makeup Podcast. Today we're just going to talk about who's dropped new music and who's going on tour and everything in between. So let's get into it. I want to just dive right into some of the new music that came out today because there was so much, and we are going to start with Chyna Streetz. She dropped a new project today called From Hell to Chanel. I did get a chance to listen to the project while I was doing my brows, and baby, I am impressed, but let's go through it together. We also have music from Raheem, Supreme, Rapsody, but let's just jump into the episodes. This year, Chyna really came out swinging. She released a project with On the Radar. It was 3 tracks, but I love that shit. Tulips. It's a positive anthem. Check that out too. But that was called Visions. And then today she dropped Hell to Chanel, which I absolutely love that title. Hell to Chanel is 11 tracks with features from Rome Streetz, Ox Omni, and Tiana Denise. And this project is produced in its entirety by 183rd, which y'all know I love a good one producer album. I could tell it reflected on first listen that this was a one producer album. So now I like this Emerald City track. She just floats on this thing, honey. On first listen, it's a lot of lessons in her music. It's real introspective. She rapping about a lot of life experiences and shit like anyone can relate to. Now this Siren's Lullaby, I like this. This is a summertime song. This is going to be nice weather tomorrow. I'm going to go get my car washed. I know I'm going to have this blaring from the speakers. Yes, this song is just all about having fun. Getting a moment to breathe. This song is it. This is Bernadine's Rage. Yo, I felt every single word of this. I fucks with this song so hard. It takes a lot to write these types of songs. She shows great versatility on this album. I think that's why I like it. We done had a smooth track. This one's a little bit more, now we back to smooth. Effortlessly, she's skating on these. I like this. But there's a lot of songs on here and a lot of themes to this album about, you know, healing and moving on and trying to move on from betrayal and rising above that circumstance is what I got overall in listening to this. First listen, but it spoke to me, especially this song, the entitled. People feeling entitled to all parts of you. Yo, girl, you wrote this thing. It makes me think of that book, The Giving Tree, entitled to everything and nothing to give back. To the end, let me sit on you when you're an old stump. I done took the leaves, I done took the apple, I done took the branch, I done took everything. Now, I one more. Cannot wait to give this album the car test. This song, 888 Affirmations. Oh wait, no, I remember this song. When Rome Streetz came to the Songbird, she was there too, and she performed, and she did this song, and she was like, this is new music. I'm gonna go look at my footage from that night, but I guarantee you this is that song. Because I was like, oh, this is a anthem. I like music that affirms and is uplifting because I believe words, I mean, we gonna get into it, but you know, I believe the words that you say, you know, I won't say what the phrase I say, I'll say the church people phrase. The power of life and death is in your tongue. You singing songs like you said, no knock to her, but like the SZA stuff, I'm not singing that. These, cause I'm like, after all you singing, calling yourself a loser, you gonna start to feel that way. No, I like, Armani Caesar's good for that too. I uplifted like, I'm that bitch. I like saying shit like that. You never want to sing no song claiming, you know, that you're a loser or some shit like that. Now this is one of one. It's another one with some good affirmations. None, I'm a one-on-one. Money comes to me. I love it. You just say every day, money comes to me. And every time I spend it, it comes back to me tenfold, baby. She said, tough times don't last, but bad bitches do. Don't tell me what I can't do. A mantra for the down times. Just remind yourself of that. This is the last song on the album, and it's called Judas Kiss, and it features Tiana Denise. Another track that has a lot of introspection to it. And to, you know, telling her story and more about herself, and that's a way that you can do it through the music. But there's some lessons, some gems in here, some things you can take with you, some things to uplift you, pick you up. Give sis the streams, honey. I'm impressed. I can see this gonna be one of the daily listens. And that to me is the true test if I like something. If it falls in that current rotation and I'm listening to it every day, it becomes shower music, get ready music, all of that, it's all right with me. Also this week, Raheem Supreme and Networkz dropped Grandmaster Raski. This album features 7 tracks with features from Hyde Park, Firebug, Jay Nice, Soul Lily, Surrealist, and more. I'm kind of new, I ain't gonna lie to y'all, to Raheem's music, but what really grabbed me in, y'all know I'm a visual person, was his like 80s, 90s vintage aesthetic. He runs like a secondary page that's like love to like the old Datsuns. I thought that was so interesting, and then that brought me to the music, and I've heard him on some tracks with Uncle John's. I dove a little deeper and absolutely impressed. And Raheem is from DC, and he has some previous releases. One of them I have listened to prior to this episode a couple weeks ago, and it's called Everything Becomes Beautiful. It's on Bandcamp. One of the songs that I love the most on there is We Dance Naked, and High Maintenance is good too. But if you get a chance, check that project out. It's got like a jazzy, chill feel to it. Doe of Networkz is a curator, producer, connector of the dots, so to speak, who has previously produced projects with Larry June, Jay Worthy, Conway the Machine, TF. I like this same shit, different day. The beat, nice and mellow. This project has been out for like a couple days now, so I feel confident telling y'all what my favorite songs on here are. And it'd probably be the first one we heard was Transparency Is Your Weapon. I like how that starts out. I'm mafioso, love that one. Sunshine Plays, we will get to that in a second. That samples Computer Love, and this one we're listening to now, How You Doing, with Soul Lily. It's real jazzy like. This is what I'm talking about. This one is Sunshine Plays. This feel like a good post-car wash song. Rapsody announced the release date of May 17th for her upcoming album entitled Please Don't Cry. This has been 5 years in the making. We have been waiting. She's been teasing the release of this project through a few Instagram posts, which we now know is a red teardrop. There's also photos of her wearing like yellow and red, and in particular this yellow and red hat, and it has the initials PDC on it for Please Don't Cry. And I think too, the way that she released her merch along with like kind of the announcement of the album was cool. You could buy the merch, and the merch is a t-shirt, and the shirt has the title of the album on it. I want to see some videos and see what happened for people that ordered, and them discovering the album title. And I will say this, by the rollout of this album, I can tell that this is going to be a very intentional, very different. It feels like it's going to be a bit of a shift type project. So I, for one, am interested to hear. And so the track list is already out. I see there are features from everybody from Erykah Badu to Felicia Rashad, Lil Wayne, Alex Isley, Baby Tate, and a lot more. And Felicia Rashad reads this very beautiful poem. It's on Rapsody's Instagram. Who are you when you take all these things away? Along with this announcement was the release of 2 singles. First one, Asteroids, and that's produced by Hit Boy. I just played that one, and what's playing now is Stand Tall. Like what I hear so far, this is gonna be a good project. I can feel this is gonna be different. It feels intentional. Not that the other ones weren't, but you know someone's gone away for some time to come back. They've lived life, they've learned some things, and now they're coming back to share with us what they've learned. That's how I feel. Now let's talk about who's going on tour, because honey, there have been so many announcements and developments. Mike Somebody Find Me Some Trouble tour has already kicked off. He is doing dates in the United States and in Europe. The tour kicks off in Belgium, and it'll be making its way to the United States in mid-April with a stop in DC on May 25th at Union Stage. Burning Desire is my very first Mike album, and I really almost missed the genius that was that album because there were so many releases, and I think I was so deep into Voir Dire that I just couldn't hear nothing else. But I got a chance to catch him when he came with Earl. When they came here to DC, because I had not really listened to Burning Desire in depth, I couldn't quite catch what his vibe was, because I know when he came out on stage, he was like, okay, we're gonna have an R&B moment, and he started doing From May I Love You Today, the Real Love flip. I quite didn't get it. I'm like, what the fuck? And the audience didn't either. It wasn't just me. Didn't quite get what was going on at the time. So I was just like, okay, he's singing, he's doing his art, but don't worry, Mike. This time around, I'm with you. I'm ready for the R&B moment. So Rock Marciano also announced tour dates this week. He is touring in the United States, Canada, and Europe. Tour starts May 15th. with stops in LA, Seattle, Toronto, and in Greece. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Greece. Also performing at the Brooklyn Monarch on March 21st. That's next week, so get your tickets. And he's also performing in September in London at the Jazz Cafe Festival. Rock Marciano also announced that he is dropping new music on March 29th. He's releasing an album entitled Marciology. I don't know about anybody else, but I am long overdue for another Rock Marciano album. When Elephant Man's Bones came out, I ran that thing into the ground. It was just sonically perfect. Marcialago was like that too. So he never disappoints. He's like in the same category that I put Boldy James in. They do not miss. I do not worry. I know whatever's coming, it's gonna be good. I'm ready for the album. I'm ready. Even if I gotta pay for it first, because if y'all are familiar with Rock Marciano's music, he does make you wait, baby. So that date that it drops might not be the date that is on streaming services. So be prepared to have your money ready. Okay? And to me, it's worth it. I would rather know my money was going directly to the artist than funneling like through a third party and then they only getting a fraction of that. I see that Animos and Alchemist are involved on this new album too. So I know it. I can feel it. It's gonna be a win. So much new music coming. So much good new music is coming. Benny the Butcher is also hitting the road with Boldy James for the Everybody Can't Go tour. And that kicks off April 16th in Fort Lauderdale. And there's gonna be stops in Atlanta, Philly, New York, LA, and Seattle. Sorry, DC, no stop for us, but Philly is probably going to be your very best bet. Check it out in a city near you. Meg Thee Stallion is also going on tour. She's hitting the road mid-May for her Hot Girl Summer Tour, and it's going to include stops in the United States and in Europe. She hasn't announced like actual dates. Stay tuned, you know, for more information and ticket on sale dates. Yes, my big grown tail, I will be there. Now, there's one tour that I did not mention that I've been excited to go to since I heard about it in like the fall of last year, and that's the Freaking You Remix Tour. What in the world is the Freaking You Remix Tour? The stars have aligned to make my elder millennial dreams come true. Jodeci and the Wu-Tang Clan are going to be in Vegas at the same time for their respective residencies, and I'm going to both shows. Stay tuned for a vlog on my time in Vegas and see if I survive back-to-back concerts. That's a wrap for me. Thank you all for joining me for another episode of Music and Makeup. All music played on this episode, of course, is linked in my bio. All products that I used on today's look, or tonight's look rather, are also going to be in the description box. Don't forget to like and subscribe and share so you can keep up with the latest in music and makeup. I'll see you all later, saints and ain'ts.